Everyone else's instructions for this speech, however, were to be amusing and to dazzle you all with my wit. The trouble is, I'm not that funny, so the best I can do is dazzle you with the light that bounces so majestically off of Michael's head. Any bald men out there. Before I begin the execution, I'd like to welcome you all in today, and I hope you are as happy as I am, obviously, to congratulate the bride and groom on a fantastic day so far. Jane, you look incredible. Dad, you look more like a homeless person going for his first time.
You're finished now,
yeah, get it. For those of you that may not know me so well, my name is Christian. I'm Michael's father, and I age ridiculously well. Sorry, no. Reverse that. I'm Michael's son, and he ages particularly badly. That's the one. No, in all honesty, if I look like that when I'm 84, I'll be really happy. To be perfectly honest, I'm actually incredibly honoured to be chosen as best man, considering, as my dad mentioned, the host of very likely candidates here, old friends, colleagues and the like, but it's probably turned out quite well, considering I'm the only one that actually likes him. When I first met Michael, I was probably screaming, and enough of that, thank you. As you said, my speech, and covered in a variety of unfortunate bodily fluids. Interestingly enough, there have been many times throughout my life where he has encountered me in a similar situation. Although in those particular circumstances, I was most likely not mere moments old, and the bodily fluids would most likely have rather unceremoniously been my own. That is not to say that I have not witnessed a few similar situations where Michael is concerned. More on that later. I was encouraged from a very early age by Michael to play music as much as physically possible, and for that I am eternally thankful. In fact, I think I played so much that he got jealous and bought himself an acoustic guitar that Hendrix would probably be proud of, with a price tag to match. And in true Michael Battlestock fashion, he probably played this twice. Yeah, four times. Yeah, and the fourth time it was me playing it. Sadly, the stag do a fortnight ago, where we dressed up in wigs and makeup and made a music video, yes, you did hear that correctly, proved that any semblance of music ability I may possess absolutely did not come from my father. However, in order to pay tribute to my dad's love of music and lyricism, I have written a poem. I considered writing a song and singing it to you all about the dear fellow, but not only did I think I'd be far too nervous to do this, I would also have been at serious risk, after having had a few, of sounding like Michael himself. I've been informed that making the audience's ears bleed profusely from a hearing-related brain hemorrhage is not acceptable to the best man speech, so I'm sorry about that. Without further ado then, I present to you my own poetic tribute to the man, the legend, the one and only Dr. Michael Battlestock. My father, who art in Hertfordshire, hallowed be his name, boring a name as it may be, a man part responsible for raising me. A kind man, a doctor, fundamentally quite selfless, at times quite odd, and just a little helpless at hearing what you have to say. Dad, someone's breaking in! 5 hours later. What? No, that's fine, just put it in the bin. Happier now than I've ever seen him. Jane, thank you for attempting to make him smile at every opportunity. And not just when he's happy to see one of his children returning from the pub, still intact, clean, out of harm's way. If only he knew the shit I got up to the other day. However, he can hardly speak, this man, but 6 years past on Christmas Day, told everyone in harsher words to go away, and then without any further to do, told my nan to feck off and passed out on the loo. Don't deny it, Michael, you know it to be true. I know it is anyway, I passed out there too.
I think most everybody did, I think.
My dad has been privy to my own love and life tribulations, been part of mostly the subsequent commiserations and celebrations. If anyone wonders why I act like a twat when under the influence of this or that, I will gladly say it's not my fault, I inherited it. A few more glasses of wine and he's guaranteed to start acting like a twat. We've been away a few times, him and me, to Norfolk, Norway and other places over the sea. We've sat in cars and sat in planes, spoken about space and time and attractive women. Sadly though, he's often a fool, embarrassing us and losing his cool. Once in Bermuda he could be found driving off on a moped, his helmet completely the wrong way around. Oh.
That's gone off.
It's all part of the speech. We look alike, some people say. Same nose, same beard, same hair? Yeah. A more generous man you will never meet. The amount of times we've been spoiled with this or that treat. The very reason I became interested in computers is down to Michael and his fondness of buying ridiculously expensive gadgets that he doesn't really need and yet somehow still amasses thousands of. I hope that you too, Jane, benefit from his love of gadgets, but I won't dwell on that. This isn't the time nor the place for it. It must be hard being a doctor. You have my utmost respect. Never for yourself, always to protect. All sorts of people, advising pregnant mums, on occasion sticking fingers up people's bums. The cupboard when I was growing up was full of enough painkillers to kill a raging bull. When attempting to play sick and get the day off school, you can imagine how hard he was to fool. The stag do, I must say, was ridiculous. I'm sure half of London will now remember us. 7 men walking down the street dressed like the Bee Gees, sweating from head to toe due to it being 400 degrees. We sung and we danced and we made a music video, which I hope at some point I'll be able to show. Michael completely forgetting every aspect of the song, dressed like an abused prostitute. It was very wrong. We attempted 10 times to get his miming correct before giving up entirely and letting Tony do the rest. After this we proceeded to go for a meal and probably only 2 of the party can remember the ordeal. The last I remember is champagne being served and my father barely conscious, quite hilarious to observe. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this draws me to a close. I hope you enjoyed my rather haphazard prose. I ask you now, everyone in the room, to come and toast the bride and groom to their new life together. I wish